Donald Trump did something kind of surprising today. He did something I didn't expect him to actually do, and he issued a pardon for 1,500 to 1,600 January 6th defendants. It's not entirely clear, based on what I'm seeing so far, as to whether or not all of the defendants are getting out or just the ones for nonviolent crimes. Now, Donald Trump had said during the campaign he was going to release them. He considers them hostages. They are not. They are criminals who broke the law, which is interesting coming from the supposed law and order party. But they don't seem to care about law and order when it comes to their own people, only everybody else following the law. But he issues these pardons. Now he's hoping that they will be released tonight, yet probably more likely tomorrow or the coming days, because that system does take just a little bit of time for it all to work. But Donald Trump has issued these pardons. Now the question comes up, can Donald Trump pardon them? Of course. The ability for a president to pardon anybody he chooses is absolute. That is one of the things you can't reverse a presidential pardon. It is in the Constitution. Now, at some point, there may be a constitutional amendment that limits pardon power or changes how it works, things like that. But as of right now, there are no limits. Now, you're going to hear people on the right, MAGA supporters, Trumpers, saying that this is only done because of Joe Biden's pardoning of Hunter and pardoning of the J6 committee and the Capitol police officers that were involved in his own family and all of this and that. And that's not true. Those two things are not related. And both presidents get the ability to pardon whoever they want. Now, President Biden chose to preemptively issue pardons, even though there was no wrongdoing done to certain people, or in the case of Hunter Biden, who had been found guilty of something, but who, even after being found guilty, wasn't going to be left alone. He issued the pardons there to protect a lot of people. In this case, Donald Trump is pardoning people that who broke the law trying to help himself. Now, both are allowed to issue those pardons. They're just not connected. So don't let Trumpers convince you of anything else. But Donald Trump has issued these pardons. Now, there is some question as to whether or not this could be considered enough to have granted aid or comfort to people who engaged in insurrection and invoke Section 3 of the 14th Amendment. Some people might say it could, but again, the only way now to remove Donald Trump is through an impeachment proceeding and conviction in the Senate. And Republicans, who are already kind of fractured and not getting along, may keep this in their back pocket if they have to against Donald Trump in the future.